are on. All of the responsibilities are on me, and I can't get into my property. There's a leak in the property. The water bill is escalating. I can't get in there to see what's going on.
A D.C. homeowner claiming an Airbnb guest has overstayed their welcome and will not leave. In this story you'll only see on 7 News, we're digging into D.C. law, finding out there's not much that homeowner can do. Our Washington, D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley spoke with the homeowner and tried to speak with the alleged squatter.
The alleged squatter originally got into the home through Airbnb, claiming that her apartment caught fire and it needed time to get repairs. Now, that was back in February. Roshane Douglas says she didn't know she was opening her life up to a nightmare when she accepted Shadija Romero's Airbnb reservation almost 10 months ago. That reservation ended March 29th, after 32 days, and Romero hasn't paid another dime. But living in the home for over a month apparently lets her claim some form of tenant rights, and she refuses to let Roshane enter the property.
I never gave her any tenancy. I never gave her a lease.
Roshane tried everything, gave her a 30-day notice to vacate, called police, went to court, and even offered Romero $2,500 to sign a paper admitting she's not a tenant and to get out. Romero signed the document, but didn't budge.
November the 15th came and she told me, this no longer works for me. Do what you have to do. I'm not leaving. I went to the police with my order and they said there's nothing that they can do, that I need to go to court, which I've done. And I do not have a court date until December the 11th.
Roshane put this sign up on her home so police and the neighbors would know Romero was not authorized to be there. A sign Romero covered with a sheet.
I need police assistance.
I was there when police helped Roshane cut it down, while Romero hid inside.
It's shocking to me that you would abuse a system like that.
While all this is going on, Romero's social media shows her living her best life on trips and promoting her nonprofit. And Roshane is left paying thousands in attorney fees, the mortgage, and utilities for a home she can't even enter. I tried to get some answers from Romero, who was clearly inside the home, but she never came to the door. When a person walked out to her car, they didn't want to talk to us either. Roshane is waiting now for her court date next week, where she's hoping the judge's decision will allow U.S. Marshals to force her unwanted guest out once and for all. For now, reporting from Northeast D.C., Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
7 News has been reporting on reforms to rental housing laws in the district. Back in September, City Council passed the Rental Act. Supporters of the legislation say D.C. landlords lost more than $1 billion in unpaid rent since eviction moratoriums were lifted in 2021. The measure simplifies the eviction process and allowed landlords to remove tenants who violate their leases by not paying rent. Those against the act say it takes away protections for tenants. Our investigative reporter.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I guess it's upside with real estate, and this will be the downside, right? But I don't imagine you own a home or a few homes. You want to get some money, you put it on the market. The market awards you, and then it doesn't award you for letting these people stay. Like, it has to be some form of law made up stating that you cannot just squat as someone resident because it's a loophole in the law. And I think that she did it after 30 days, or you can get a mail to an address that you're staying at, then you're considered a resident, or you considered a tenant. It's the way to backdoor the whole tenant situation. Then they know that it takes time in order for you to actually go through the process of getting them evicted, because eviction is a process. Am I correct? It is. So if eviction is a process and they say, well, you know what? If I move in February, I may not get evicted until it may take a year, right? It may take a year just to get evicted. Now they go on and do it over and over and over again, and they live rent-free for a year on someone else's expense. So it's free to them, but it's not free to the property owner. they don't get an incentive or kickback or anything along that nature. That's crazy. This is why I don't like Airbnbs. Until they come out with laws stating that, hey, if you decide to squat, instead of you thinking that the United States government is going to allow you to basically own these people homes and destroy these people homes, right? Or destroy these people wealth, instead of it taking a year for the judiciary system or the judiciary branch to actually get their act together or actually see the case, it's going to be speedy. It's we can do this online, virtual. That should take up a lot of cut a lot of time, and it should be a month. It should be a month. That will cut down the time that people can jump through the loopholes. So DC needs to do something about that. There's a lot of states that need to do something about that. Maryland, Baltimore, all these things are popular there, where a person can rent, get mail, and then squat and then say that it's theirs. And what if the lady don't have enough money to pay each month? And now the house is considered foreclosure. Then the tenant or the made up tenant that was in the house, right? Now the made up tenant gets to actually purchase the house. What if the made up tenant has money and they're like, well, this is our way to get the home. Let's wait till she default. Let's go online and then purchase the house, a foreclosed home. That's kind of vicious. And these people take out loans, mortgages for all these properties. They're not paid off. 9 times out of 10, most people don't own the property that they're in. They're renting on a 30-year mortgage, and now they're talking about a 50-year mortgage. So to me, this is insane. Something has to be done about this, because I feel some type of way for the lady. Like, that's messed up. But that's part of the game, and that is part of the business. Where there's a loophole, someone will jump. And unfortunately, it's so many ways to get around the law, because the law takes it's called due process. Anything that has something called a process takes time. And time can be on your side, or it don't have to be on your side at all. And this right here, time wasn't on the owner side. But yes, it was on the squatter side for sure. I don't think she should get away with this. But leave your thoughts down below. I really want to know what you think about this one. Did she rightfully have the right to squat? And if so, if she did have the right, leave your thoughts down below. Shouldn't it be law changes that actually benefits the property owner? Because what if one day you're a property owner? Wouldn't you want to have some policy to protect you, even if you're going into business? This hotel guy has protections. Oh, yes. These hotels, you can't stay in there and get mail there and then think you can stay in there and stay in the room for X amount and wait for the law enforcement or the judiciary branch to actually go through their due process. So why can't Airbnb have somewhat of the same laws, right, as the hotels? Maybe because then they would take the hotels maybe out of business at that point. So I know these hotel chains are paying for these lobbyists to make sure that the laws are correct. There's no lobbying for Airbnbs. It's like individual businesses, moms and pops. But leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you thought about this one. Y'all know how I like to end. Positivity over negativity. Always. Peace out.